First up for you, Somalia has become the most dangerous place in the world for reporters. 13 journalists have been killed so far this year alone. All the victims are locals, and they're bearing the brunt of a new rise in targeted assassinations. The killings come despite al-Qaeda-linked rebels withdrawing from the capital last year. Al-Shabaab was pushed out under pressure from a regional military force backed by the West. Security is so bad that many Somali journalists are now fleeing into exile, mainly to neighboring Kenya. France24's Duncan Woodside and Stephanie Braque went to Nairobi to meet some of them.
One bullet hit a kidney, another two his femoral artery and thigh bone. Abdulqaadir was running home in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, when gunmen attacked him in April this year.
Over the last 2 years, I've been constantly afraid. Assassinations of journalists are increasing, so that's why I started to run as soon as I saw the gunmen, because I immediately had a very bad feeling.
He worked as a TV correspondent, often on the front line. Nowadays, he tries to avoid thinking too much about the past.
Sometimes I feel that my experiences have psychologically damaged me.
Despite withdrawing its conventional forces from Mogadishu over a year ago, the Shabaab continues to carry out suicide attacks. The selection of a new president last month has generated cautious hope, but targeted killings continue with impunity.
I think in the past it was easier to pinpoint blame almost primarily on Al-Shabaab, but these days I think there are other actors, including former government individuals, business interests, etc.
Muhyiddin worked for a radio station in Mogadishu. He survived an attempted assassination in March and has found refuge in Nairobi with his family. The Shabaab represent a constant terror threat here in Kenya, leaving Somali exiles vulnerable to harassment.
You are always at risk of arrest and can be accused of any crime. If the police ask for your ID and you don't have it with you, they can do anything, including falsely accusing you of committing crimes.
In Somalia, journalists are generally paid between $50 and $100 per month, so they can't afford insurance or security escorts. This leaves them highly exposed.
I'd like to return home once I've recovered, but the assassinations are still going on. 2 colleagues who visited me in hospital have been killed, while others have been wounded or received threats. So I'm too scared to go back.
Confined to his apartment, Abdulqaadir has to rely on his flatmates to help him perform everyday tasks. He takes one day at a time and doesn't yet know when he'll be able to walk again.